Assalamu alaikum, this is Maria Zulfikar welcoming you to the English news from Btv Chattogram. Let's begin with the top stories. President Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir holds first office at Bongo Bhavan after taking oath. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman emphasizes staying above political ideology and personal preferences in promotion of Navy and Air Force. Fascist army government serves wealthy class in last 17 years while Tariq Rahman's government stands by poor, comments LGRD minister. Information and Broadcasting Minister calls upon to work as team in conveying government's message credibly. Preparations underway to open key ramps of Chattogram elevated expressway, hoping to reduce city's traffic congestions. Iran warns Gulf countries joining US sanctions considered enemy. And Australia wins Mackay Test against Bangladesh by an innings and 51 runs. Viewers, those were the top stories. Now moving on to the details. President Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir held his first official engagements at Bongo Bhavan today. The president went escorted by horse-mounted team of police to Bongo Bhavan today. On his arrival at Bongo Bhavan, the president was given a guard of honor as part of the welcoming ceremony by a smartly turned out contingent of President Guard Regiment. After the Guard of Honor, President's Military Secretary Major General A.S.M. Bahauddin, Office Secretary A.J.M. Salahuddin Nagori and Press Secretary Muhammad Sarwar Alam welcomed the President Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir and his spouse with floral bouquets at the octagonal of Bongo Bhavan. After that, the new president went to his office and signed official documents. The president also signed the visitor's book. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman directed members of the Navy and Air Force selection boards to ensure that officers are considered for promotion based on professional competence and merit, keeping political ideology and personal likes or dislikes aside. He said professional skills, leadership qualities, discipline, integrity, loyalty, and overall suitability for appointment should be given priority in evaluating officers for promotion. The Prime Minister gave the directive while inaugurating the Navy and Air Force Selection Boards 2026 at the Bangladesh Air Force Headquarters in Dhaka Cantonment today. Eligible officers of the Bangladesh Navy, including captains, commanders and lieutenant commanders, and Bangladesh Air Force officers holding the ranks of Group Captain, Wing Commander and Squadron Leader will be considered for promotion by the boards. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman said the Navy and Air Force have been playing an important role not only in safeguarding the country's independence and sovereignty but also in supporting the civil administration in maintaining internal peace and stability and responding to disasters. He thanked the chiefs and all members of the two forces for their contributions and sacrifices in serving the country. Earlier, the Prime Minister was received at the venue by his defense advisor, Brigadier General Raater Dr. A.K.M. Shamsul Islam, Chief of Army Staff General Waqaruzzaman, Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Khandakar Misbahul Azim, and Chief of Air Staff Air Chief Marshal Hassan Mahmud Khan. After inaugurating the Navy and Air Force Selection Boards 2026, the Prime Minister visited several key operational and research installations of the Bangladesh Air Force at its headquarters in Dhaka Cantonment. Before the inauguration of the board, the Prime Minister formally adorned the newly appointed Navy Chief with the rank badge of Admiral and congratulated him. The Navy Chief expressed his sincere gratitude to the Prime Minister on behalf of the Bangladesh Navy. He sought the Prime Minister's valuable advice and guidance in further developing the Navy into a more modern, capable and time-responsive force. The Prime Minister's defense advisor, the Army and Air Force chiefs and the principal staff officer of the Armed Forces Division were also present during the badge adornment ceremony. Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives Minister Dr. Abdul Moin Khan said the fascist Awami League government served the interests of the wealthy over the past 17 years while the current government has taken office to stand by the poor. He made the remarks during a view exchange with officials and employees of his first working day after taking charge of the ministry at the Secretariat today. Other newly appointed ministers also held meetings with their officials on their first day in office. During the meetings, they discussed the activities, future plans and priorities of their respective ministries. The Minister for Civil Aviation and Tourism, M. Rashiduzzaman Millat, said initiatives will be taken to improve the quality of food served on flights and increase air connectivity with Middle Eastern countries. Meanwhile, the Chittagong Hill Tracts Affairs Minister S.A. Chingpru called upon officials to work giving equal importance to the people of the hill regions. He also said that coordinated efforts would be made to implement the government's commitments. After taking charge, Food Minister Afroza Khanum assured that she would perform her responsibilities with honesty and dedication. Newly appointed Information and Broadcasting Minister Barrister Andalif Rahman called upon the heads of different departments under the ministry to work together to ensure transparency and accountability in government works. He made the call at an introductory meeting with the officials and employees of the ministry at the ministry meeting room at the Secretariat in the capital today. Before the meeting, the officials and employees greeted the minister with flowers. Addressing the meeting, Andalif Rahman said the media is one of the pillars of democracy. Explaining the context of the July movement, the minister said there is no scope to undermine the contribution of the media or journalists. State Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Yasir Khan Chaudhry, and Prime Minister's Advisor on Information and Broadcasting and Cultural Affairs, Dr. Zahidur Rahman, addressed the meeting with Information and Broadcasting Secretary Mahbuba Farzana in the chair. State Minister for Information and Broadcasting Yasir Khan Chaudhry stressed the speedy implementation of the plans adopted by the ministry and its departments. Officials of the ministry and heads of different departments under the ministry were present at the meeting. BNP Acting Secretary General Ruhul Kabir Rizvi said, despite the ongoing challenges, the government is working diligently with honesty and dedication to fulfill the promises it made to the people. He made the remarks today after paying tribute at the graves of martyr President Ziaur Rahman and former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia, accompanied by newly appointed Prime Minister's political advisor Zohiruddin Shopun. He said that development would continue under the leadership of Prime Minister Tariq Rahman by thwarting all conspiracies and plots. He also spoke about the ongoing global energy crisis. A special prayer was subsequently offered, seeking the forgiveness and peace of the souls of late President Ziaur Rahman and former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia. Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Mohammad Asaduzzaman said the Rohingyas are not Bangladeshi citizens, rather nationals of Myanmar. He said the Myanmar government must take responsibility for resolving the Rohingya crisis. Mohammad Asaduzzaman made the remarks today at a discussion meeting titled Rohingya Crisis, Current Reality and Future Actions, held at the Jatiyo Press Club in the capital. Policy Research Center organized the program marking Rohingya Genocide Day. Policy Research Center trustee Professor S.K. Tofik M. Hawk presided over the discussion meeting, while former Bangladesh ambassador to Myanmar Muhammad Sufiur Rahman presented the keynote paper. Former diplomats, university teachers, journalists, human rights and women's rights activists and Rohingya representatives took part in the discussion. The law minister stressed the need to build a national consensus to address the Rohingya crisis. State Minister for Land and Chittagong Hill Tracts Affairs, Barrister Mir Muhammad Helaluddin emphasized on the sincerity, efficiency and coordination of the officials and employees of the Chittagong Hill Tracts Development Board to further accelerate the development activities of the Chittagong Hill Tracts. He emphasized this at a view exchange meeting with the officials and employees of the Chittagong Hill Tracts Development Board in Rangamati today. The State Minister said all concerned should work responsibly so that the benefits of the government's development plan reach the common people of the hill tracts. The meeting discussed the overall development of the Chittagong Hill Tracts, the progress of ongoing development projects, and various activities taken by the government to improve the living standard of the people. Earlier, State Minister for Land and Chittagong Hill Tracts Affairs Barrister Mir Helaluddin attended the closing ceremony of the Chittagong Build Expo 2026 at a hotel in Chattogram yesterday. At the ceremony, he said the current government is working very sincerely to ensure a corruption-free environment and the highest level of service to the people of the country. The State Minister said if proper land zoning activities are implemented in every region of the country as part of the government's timely steps, it will be possible to completely eradicate corruption in the land sector. Top leaders of the Bangladesh Institute of Architects, renowned architects, engineers, emerging entrepreneurs, and business leaders of the country were present at the closing ceremony. One of the aims of the Shohid Wasim Akram Elevated Expressway was to reduce traffic congestion in Chattogram city and ensure fast and smooth travel. But since the ramps are not operational, that aim has not been fully realized this time. The last-minute preparations are underway to launch the GEC Tiger Pass and Nimtola ramps of the 16-kilometer-long expressway. If these are launched, vehicles from the port, GEC and surrounding areas will have the opportunity to use the expressway directly, bringing positive changes in the city's road management. The construction work of the GEC intersection ramp is almost complete. Once it is operational, vehicles from GEC and surrounding areas will be able to directly board the expressway and travel towards Pothinga. The construction of the ramp towards Ambagan of Tiger Pass has also been completed. However, preparations are underway to complete some work related to road infrastructure and street lights before opening it for traffic. 2 ramps built in the Nimtola area adjacent to the port are also ready. Initiatives are being taken to launch them after completing the carpeting work. Once these ramps are operational, vehicles from the port, Nimtola and surrounding areas will have the opportunity to use the elevated expressway directly. Meanwhile, the concerned ones said the work of the ramps in the Agrabad and CEPZ areas will also be taken forward in phases. Once all the ramps are operational, the connection of the expressway from Lalkhan Bazar to Pothinga with the important roads of the city will further increase. Concerned ones hope the opening of the ramps at GEC, Tiger Pass and Nimtola will increase the use of the expressway and reduce the pressure on the city's busy roads. Compensation checks have been handed over to the families of 10 workers who died in a recent accident at a ship-breaking yard in Sitakundo of Chattogram. Deputy Commissioner Mohammad Zahidul Islam Mia was the chief guest at the ceremony held at the yard premises in the afternoon. The families of each of the deceased workers were given 7 lakh taka from the owner, while 25,000 taka from the government. Bangladesh Shipbreakers and Recyclers Association President Mohammad Mohsin, CEO of the shipyard Firdaus Wahid and district administration officials and other concerned persons were present at the ceremony. Now, international news. Tehran warned the Gulf countries against joining the United States in what it described as an economic war against Iran. Mohsen Rezai, Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, said that any country aligning with the United States by taking economic measures against Tehran would be regarded as an enemy and become a target. He stated that if Iran's neighboring countries joined the US-led economic campaign, not a single drop of oil would be able to leave through the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz. Rezai further warned that in such a scenario, other routes used for exporting oil from the Persian Gulf would also be targeted. He also alleged that President Donald Trump had launched the economic war against Iran at the instigation of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Meanwhile, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian said that nothing could be achieved through war and that this was why Tehran had signed a memorandum of understanding with the United States. A military airstrike has killed 14 people at a Buddhist monastery in central Myanmar. Nyayamu, a spokesperson for the Civil Defense and Security Organization of Myang Township, said the attack occurred in Seleo village in Moyang Township, about 75 kilometers west of Mandalay, Myanmar's second largest city. A fighter jet bombed the village monastery's compound, killing 14, including 3 women and injuring 20 more. More than 100 people were staying in around the monastery for a week-long retreat for Buddhist Lent. Myanmar has been embroiled in a near countrywide civil war since the army seized power from the elected government in February 2021. After the military government violently suppressed peaceful demonstrations, many opponents of military rule took up arms.